Thank you so much. I just want to mention that the I think the African, is it the youth APNI? Is that what it's called? I think they're doing great work. And every youth, every African youth should be somehow linked to them because they're great mentors. They're great with my own young ones. They, if you want jobs or advice or encouragement, we have a lot of professionals in that, and they're doing amazing work. So just information out there that is needful to know. Okay. So I'm just going to summarize what I'm going to try not to mention what has been said before in terms of my group. So we looked at antisocial behavior and the impact on future. So, but I suppose we just looked at antisocial behavior and we came up with bucket list of what, are the potential solution and action plan. So in terms of issues, we're trying to look at we say prevention is better than cure. So we looked at issues that are facing our community. So we look at lack of activities for our children, like after school, clubs. Some of us we live in areas, like I work in Dublin 1 area, and it's amazing when I'm sourcing out and for services for my clients, and what is out there is unreal because I live in Lucan and we have nothing, basically nothing. You have to pay for everything. So when I'm looking for after school club for my community, and they have to pay just €5 a day after school with everything. They have a meal, they have everything, and at the same time with that they equally will have what is it called in the welfare, even pay for that, So you come here to look and you're trying to get after school. And that is where we talk about supervision. What we identify that is really affecting our community is very poor supervision of our children. Our children are not very well supervised. We go to work, we don't have appropriate adults that are caring for our children when we're not there. Children, what are they learning from them? Some of them, put them into homes, minders that are playing all these videos, all these things that are not appropriate. So lack of supervision, and it's because we can't afford it again in terms of, so what is in our community? And that is why somebody mentioned multifaceted issues. What we have is a collective, it's like a circle. We need everyone, every stakeholder to be part of it. So we're talking about the school, we're talking about the guards, we're talking about the local authority, we're talking about everyone taking responsibility. So we look at, so that is lack of activities to engage our children. We look at, people have talked about unemployment and mental health and those issues. I'm not going to focus on that. We talk about issues facing the parents themselves that are struggling with parenting and are struggling with their own issues, and they are not available to care. They are present and they are not present, if you understand what I mean. So they are not available to care for their children. So we talked about that. So we've talked about attention-seeking behavior. A youth was there and she said nobody's asking why. Nobody's asking our children why. So why are they doing that? Why? What is happening to them? So to engage again with them meaningfully. And we talked about issues such as bullying, facing them. We talked about in the community, the schools, and the children just being hidden and not out there in their schools. So they are not, we are not reaching out to them. And how can we do that? We are not reaching out to them. They are in schools that they are they are facing all manner of issues, and there's no way of reaching out and reaching out to that child. So they begin to act out. Children want to be seen. So it's either positive. Some of them can engage with music and all, but sometimes it can be the other side. It's who gets to them first. So what they want is all attention-seeking behavior. All these behaviors, they are all attention-seeking anyway. So it's how do we reach out positively to them before the other crowd reach out to them. So now, what are solutions. So I'm going to try and use my 2 minutes. Time on.
It was up 2 minutes ago.
I beg your pardon. Am I really? Okay. 1 minute to go. I'll just quickly roll it out. And we have, the guy mentioned something I think is really, really what mentioned is community mediation. That's, we have elders, leaders in the community that can actually engage with any youth that is engage in negative behavior. And he gave an example of the traveling communities. So if they are seen doing something, that when they see them, they actually go to those elders to say, all those leaders to say, look, can you engage with A, B, C, D? And that's quite powerful. And I thought that was, because it's really powerful. And then we talked about sourcing and creation of jobs, engaging our communities, our youth. So there was a teacher in our group that talked about that in high school during the summer, they tried to engage the first two youths, and before they knew it, others, they had brought their friends and they gave them stipends. They were able to engage them meaningfully, and we keep them off the street again. And we talked about summer jobs, and I know we have that in Dublin, one area, and that is the community, especially in a place like Blanchardstown where we have companies. There are companies we can engage with. They should be able to do something for their community, and that is engaging with youth programs, stuff that they can actually do meaningfully. And we see that in different communities, that all those companies. So what do we have in Lucan? Who are the stakeholders in Lucan? Can we reach out to them? Can we work together in partnership? And it's just not even for the Africans as well, but just for you to say, look, what are you doing for the summer this year? Can you do something? Can you take some children? And especially ones that we can identify. If there's a group of the guards or community working together, we can identify the high risk, we always identify high-risk children that we know, and we can work together, identify them, and then those are the ones we prioritize for those activities. So, yeah, my time is up. Find it, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.